Hey, if you're watching the replay, make sure that you follow and not just like. That way it'll notify you when we have new videos or if we're going live. I have got so much on my table. Let's see. Let me pull you up on my laptop so I can turn my comments off. Hey, Robin, remember when you click on to say where you're from so I can get used to where you're from and remember, hey Pat, let's see. All right. You know, Chris told me that I should full screen. Should do it sideways instead of straight up and down. Hey Dolores, you're not late tonight, Dolores. I know you're always saying you're late, but where are my comments? Let's see where the comments are. Comment. Okay, there they are. You know, I'm trying to learn this MacBook, y'all. Let's see if it'll show me the comments over to the side. No. Not doing it. All right, so maybe if I just don't watch myself on here, but I can still see your comments. Hey, Brittany. Hey, girl, I'm so glad I caught you live. Me too. All right, Mindy from Minnesota. All right, I won't be able to see him. Maybe when he walks in here in a minute, I'll tell him to get the comments where I can see them. I'm so glad you caught me live. Listen, I know I keep saying, oh, it's last Valentine's thing, but you know, you look in your supplies and you're like, you see the cutest thing. So I thought we could figure out, I really like, it's kind of almost like a little lattice looking heart. Now I wish these little paint sticks or whatever, I got this at the Dollar Tree, it came this way. I brought out some paint sticks and I think they're probably just maybe like less than a centimeter, the length, the same length. So I'm thinking about just using the same one and scoring it. Now these are pretty thick, but it's raw soft wood. So I'm thinking I can score these. I really need that little tiny saw. I told Chris I would need it. Yeah, it just is about to break all the way through, but I've got these kind of industrial scissors that I can keep cutting it the rest of the way. Okay, that way, in my project tonight, I really want it to almost be like a buffalo check. With here, we're gonna paint this, and we've been saying we wanted to do a big messy bow, and I didn't have enough material out, but you know how we are about the Georgia Bulldogs here. I want to kind of make it Georgia Bulldog colors. Hey, Vicky from Kansas, Minnesota, Barbara. Diane is from Maine. Y'all, it's hot here in Georgia. Everybody else is like, oh, I'm so cold. But I'm like, is my heat flashes getting worse? Hot flashes, heat flashes. They feel like heat flashes. All right, let me do one more on the other side. So see, we've just continued over the 3, and I've put one more over here, so I want to put one right here. Just one paint stick. I'm not doing anything fancy. You won't see behind, but I actually want to use all 3 colors, black, white, and red. I'm kind of incorporating a football team here. I did a lot of stuff in the fall for our Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, go Dogs. All right. Hey, Helen. And I did Christmas for them, so let's just throw in a Valentine's Day. Gotta always have something for the dogs. All right, let's see. Especially if they're your favorite. I kind of want to just put it on here so I make sure I don't get any in that gap. I hope I didn't. Now, I didn't measure this out. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but if you're a stickler for things like that, just glue it. And see, I just glued them on each side. And when I held it up to it, it's just maybe, like I said, a centimeter, millimeter, bigger than what's on here. If that bothers you, get those paint craft sticks out and do something exactly alike. Hello from Michigan. Hope you had a good weekend. I did have a good weekend. Guess who is home? My stir baby is here and my oldest is here. I'm so excited when they come home. And I know y'all saw the picture of my table with the I guess big box that I made for decoration. Neely is teaching us how to edit our videos, so you know we can do a lot of videos. I know y'all have seen other crafters that do those videos where they're not live, but you know that you can tell they break it up so you're not watching the whole thing, and then do a voiceover. We've got the video already, but I can't figure out how to do the voiceover so I can actually tell you what I'm doing at the speed that I'm doing it. And then she said, Mama, you really need to do a blog. And I guess really she said a lot of people do a blog for in detailed instructions on how to do things. Like I don't know if you've ever went to a how-to with pictures, not a video, and they actually have like a picture of the materials you start with, and they'll give an explanation and go down and have the next step a picture. To me, that's the only kind of blogs I've ever looked at. And she said, you really need to do a blog where you can explain it out. And there are a lot of videos. My nephew and his girlfriend were up from Georgia. I made plans to go to Carolina Pottery when I go visit. You sure do. It's awesome. You're going to love it. Sorry I can't watch you live tonight. I will watch this later. Looks like you will have fun. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you, Amy. And thank you, Judy, for sprinkling it. But... so now that I have the video ready, I really want to put on there that I have a blog, and she's home and she's going to set it all up for me, but I don't want to rush her because she really never comes home and she'll only be home here for a couple of days. So I am, going to get her to do that so I can get that video up for y'all. And I'm so excited because here, I'll show you this. Give me just a second. I finished our carrot. I remember I started on the explanation about a week ago, and I told you how you could use the cake pans or cookie sheets that have holes in them. They're supposed to be like kebab sheets for vegetables. They start off looking like this. You get 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and they say like kebab trays or what, grill toppers. I used 3, put them together with pipe cleaners, and then I just made individual little pieces, went all the way up, kept it for a carrot, and then I put some green on the top. And this is another thing that I would like to put on the blog because it's time consuming, but the instructions on it aren't really that long. Once you get the shape of the carrot and you start putting them on, it's just continue on till you get to the top, and you do the top, you know, just 2 or 3 pieces instead of, you know, rows and rows of it. But I finished that. So it's things like that that I need to put on here that are just too much explanation to put them in one post. I mean, you'd have to read paragraph upon paragraph. All right, since we're going to do this red, I think I'm going to do the back black. So you don't see a whole lot of it. And this is just another heart I got from the Dollar Tree. I need to use these sizes up, and it's just a tad smaller. You can see right there than the other one, but we're going to glue it. And to keep that dimension, I'm going to take, I got a couple of these little Jenga blocks out, also got them from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to put those behind them once I paint them. Just so, I mean, I know the other little pieces is going to give it a little bit of definition. Put that more up there because I don't want you to see them. But I really want it to stand out like it's lattice work. And I don't know if you've ever seen a piece of lattice. Some people put them under their decks, and it's like a crisscross, you know, almost piece of wood. Good, love the carrot. Thank you. Oh my God, I love that. I want to do that. And it's super, super simple as far as like you just need to, you know, decide on what shape, and you can make those cookie sheets or whatever they're, kebab sheets, into any shape you want. And you get 2 for $1. Like that carrot, I use 3 because it's on the bigger side, but you could easily make shapes out of just 2. So you've got $1 in your frame of whatever you want to make. All right, first we're gonna get started and get this back layer painted black. I think I'm gonna do the layer up front red and do like my little lattice pieces white. So I'm just gonna get my black out. And we're just gonna do the black. Now, I'm gonna mainly focus on the center because, you know, the edges you won't see. Well, now let's go ahead and do it because if I put the Jenga blocks in between, you could see a little bit more. This chalk paint dries really fast, goes pretty fast on here as far as on the smooth, unstained wood surface. I mean, you can do 2 coats, but most of the time everybody distresses these pieces, so, you know, why worry about that second coat if you're just gonna, you know, sand it and add other coats to it. It's kind of just really a waste of your paint to me. I'll add a little water in here so it'll go a little bit further. There we go. I'm so glad I'm seeing some new names tonight. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you, Jen, for sprinkling. I want to watch you make the carrot. I love to make one of them. All right, something I maybe want to try to put on my blog. I did videotape myself today, actually doing the pieces, because it's kind of like one of those situations where you start and like 30 minutes later I was still putting the orange on, so I'd want to skip through that. But I'll make a little video of it, kind of going pretty fast, but then once she gets this blog up, I'll, you know, put the link to it, and that way if you need to print out instructions in case you know, I'm not saying it very well, but like I said, once you get your shape cut out, that's really that, and putting the orange pieces on there are the time-consuming pieces. I mean, process to it. All right, so we got our first layer, our black. Set that to the side, and we are going to, I guess the safest way to do it, I'm gonna try to grab one of these little brushes, and I left this brush out the other day. I hope it's okay. Oops. Excuse me. But also, I made a pumpkin in the fall out of mesh with that cookie sheet. So don't know that you don't have to just do a carrot. You can go back and do any shape. I think bunny ears would really cook. Just a bunny shape would be really cute. I'm starting to really run out of this. I'm gonna have to break open. Okay, I'm gonna paint this in here white first before I get out the red. This white, there may be I might need to do more than one layer, but I'm trying to think now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I won't have to. Because I'm not going to stress any of this part getting down in these little cracks. I think it'll just be too hard with anything, and I may mess up the red that I'm going to paint the front. And remember we talked about shapes. As long as this is a heart shape, I don't know if you are a member of Sin's Crafters. Somebody posted the little truck, and she did it, oh God, what was it, like the Indian Chiefs maybe? Is it the Chiefs or the South Carolina? I can't remember what it was, but you know, you could most definitely tell because she had hearts in the back of the little truck, but she did all the other colors to match the football team. So, especially for your husbands or anything like that, and you only can put certain team stuff up in your house. Yeah, just use the shape. The heart will be, no doubt, we're doing it for Valentine's Day, but the colors, you'll definitely be Georgia. So it's kind of like you get to decorate 2 different things in your house. And you can use the excuse that I use. I needed to buy that because I needed a Georgia decoration. And anytime I use Georgia colors, my husband doesn't say anything because, you know, he lives and breathes football. So only thing he ever says is, I hear you, girl, when I make something that has to do with Georgia. So it really doesn't matter. Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. You know, I don't know football. I'm sorry. Just love watching you craft. Thank you, Sandra. That's so sweet. Y'all always make me feel so sweet. I mean, make me feel so good how sweet y'all are. Because I think with my mouth, I'm aggravating to everybody else because I can run my mouth. All right. And y'all, I've almost got all the things for Mimi's wreath tonight. I started to go on a little bit earlier so y'all could see all the things I was trying to catch up on. So I finished the pumpkin first, the carrot first. Then Mimi's wreath, I've got all the hearts, the little shamrock hearts that we cut out. I got all those and the big one wrapped in jute. And then I got it painted, the other heart, I got the material ragged. But I just don't have, hello from Minnesota, 3 inches of snow last night. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous because it's getting hot here in Georgia and I done gained all this COVID weight's what I'm calling it now. Even more. And I'm like, I put on shorts yesterday, y'all, and I don't think you could tell. They were like some cut off jeans. I think it looked like I had white leggings on. And my legs is just white. Oh, we love you and your craft. Thank you so much. Okay, so I just did the center. It's really hard to tell that I did on white. You can kind of tell that it's different. But I do want to, stick that last color in there. And let's see. Let's put this up and we'll grab our red. And y'all, this afternoon when I was painting that red, I took all this time to clean this red cap. Y'all has been giving me, and somebody told me to put Vaseline on it. So, the Vaseline actually helped me some of the other stuff come loose. It had like dry that I was trying to wipe and clean, and finally it got better. But the Vaseline helped a little bit more of it come off. What is she talking about on the carrot? Okay, I'm sorry. It's the carrot that we made. When we didn't make it, I just told you it was a project that I was doing where we used the kebab sheets that you get from the Dollar Tree and made the carrot shape and put them on. I'm thinking about getting some pieces of grapevine and maybe doing it out of the top too, just to make it a little bit more rustic. And I think I may either put, something to the side or maybe just the letter M for my last name. But I really, really like that. And you can make, with those cookie sheets, it's just like anything else. You can make your own size. If you wanted to do a lot of little carrots like that, not for a door hanger, but for another project, you can make them any size you want. And it cuts really, you can just cut it with just a regular pair of scissors. And it actually will sharpen your scissors as you're doing it. Anytime you cut aluminum foil, tin like that, it sharpens your scissors. All right, let's see. I watched the video of you and the husband at her house. You so sweet to make it for her door. Oh, I know. She is a darling. And, I made her the original one on there, which I ended up loving it. But when I hung it up on the door to take a picture of it, it just seemed really too small to be like a main wreath for outside. That's why I went back and got one that was just a tad bigger. And, since I've gotten everything, maybe later on tonight, I'll complete it. And that way I'll be able to take a picture of it. Good to hear. My tip worked for you. Yes, it did. You're the one that gave me the tip for the, yes. It even hurt Chris's hand to open it tonight. I guess I haven't used it in a few days. And I said, I'm going to clean it. And then I didn't want it to happen again. I said, well, somebody told me to put Vaseline on it and that would help. And when I put the Vaseline on, some of the other like cruddy stuff that wouldn't come off started to. Oh, thank you, Lynette. That's a pretty word. Name Lynette. I have the COVID weight and COVID wild hair. I haven't been to get it cut for a long time. Listen, I don't know what I'm going to do about this weight because it's no fun being overweight in Georgia heat. See, when you're saying you get 3 inches of snow, I'd give anything to be able to wear like winter clothes for a lot longer than now. But we worked in the yard yesterday. It was so pretty here. It still was a little cold, but it was really pretty and sunny outside. So we worked in the yard. I had to get up lantana from last year. And we had a good time, but after it was over with, I had to come inside, put on a pair of shorts because I was just so hot. And of course, they were all freezing. So I was like, y'all better bundle up because I am not turning the heater on. And when they woke up this morning, it was like 57 degrees in the house, and I was just snuggling under the covers just fine. And children singing, what blessing. All right, thanks. Where in Georgia are you from? Roberta, I am from right below Augusta. I mean, like 20 miles south of Augusta, which is on the right-hand border of Georgia, really about halfway down when you look at the state. And it was so pretty outside. And it was pretty this morning, but then like overcast came in, and I think it's supposed to rain here this week. I'm jealous. We have ice and it's cold. See, Sherry, it's always, you know, the grass is greener, because I would give anything for it to be super cold right here now. Because it's just, I think what's so bad about it is, you know, if it's going to stay hot, just stay hot. You get used to it. You get used to the clothes you're going to have out here. But what's so weird about Georgia is one day it's 40 degrees and you're cold, and it could be that way in the morning, and you go to work, and when you leave work, it's you know, in the 60s. I mean, and humid a little bit, so you're sweating with just, you know, little stuff on. All right. So I think that's what I don't like so much, is it's just not consistent. All right, hold on. Chris's computer is going to sleep. Yes, I didn't touch it. There we go. Do you buy the heart already put together? Yes, when I bought it from the Dollar Tree, it already had the 3 little lattice pieces in the center. And when we started this, I thought it was really cute, but it just needed those last 2 little pieces. So we cut off a piece of just regular paint sticks and glued it on there. And that way it's kind of lattice all the way across. I don't know why they wouldn't have done that, but it was not that way. Now, and I didn't see like they had broken off or anything. I think they came that way. But I want to put a really big, pretty, messy bow on this. You know, lately we've just been kind of doing little tiny bows and things like that. But, and coming off Christmas, you know, our bows have been so big, really, for fall and everything. And I just kind of miss putting a big little bow on something. So we're gonna, and there's a couple of places I touch the white with the red, but I don't think I'm gonna worry about it, because not that I'm gonna distress this in any way major, maybe a little bit on the edges, but I think it just gives it that not so perfect distressed look. Now this I do want to make sure I covered, but I'm still only going to do 1 coat, because I think I got it, and I just don't want it too red. Now I don't know if you know me, don't like really a stark red. So what I'm using is just a barnyard red. It's just a little bit more rustic than a true like crimson red or anything like that. I've used it for 4th of July, a few things in the fall, and Christmas, and now I just like it. It's just not so that bright in your face color. All right, so see, we're not going to put it together quite yet because I want to put the Jenga blocks in between it, but now it's giving us those 3 colors. And you could do the colors any way. I'm sure if I had time to like paint over this, find another, but I didn't want black to be the dominating color, nor did I want white on the front. I love the fact that red is in Georgia, so I think we're pretty safe. Hold on, there's one little place I didn't get it. Pretty safe doing the red on the top, but if you have any kind of color, you know, just your kids' high school, you know, teams. Like, we were really lucky when the girls went through school. Their high school colors were red and white. Not the black like Georgia, but at least the red and white. So we were lucky to where if we put anything team sport up, it was the same colors. But, you know, high school kids game. It would be really cute to have, you know, give it a little teacher's gift or something. Because as of right now, I've gotten a couple of dollars into this, besides the paint. But you can also, don't forget, when you paint this kind of stuff, and it's so thin and so cheapy kind of feeling, even though it's wood, get the poster board. It's going to do the same thing for you that this is going to do. We have rain. You should move to Iowa. Mother Nature is always mad at us. That's what I always think about Georgia. I have sinus issues, and it's hot and cold. Friday night, it was a good thing that I did not do a live that we said we'd do Sunday now, because my head hurt so bad. I mean, I really started thinking I had COVID. And, you know, just that scare goes through you. My head was killing me. I think maybe we'll just put them at the top and 2 at the bottom. And that way we don't have to worry about, are you going to see them in the center? And I'm probably going to make this 2 thickness. There it is. Because my head hurt me so bad. But I have some really good friends that told me about this. It's like a tea, but it looks like a jelly. And it has honey, lemon zest, and ginger in it, but it looks like a jelly you put on your, but it says tea. So I put it in some hot water. Took me a little bit of Benadryl, and I woke up yesterday feeling like just worlds better. Here I go in Georgia, Bartow County, about above Atlanta, and yes, nice yesterday, outside all day, loved it. Yes, it was so, so beautiful yesterday. But, my sinuses do not like the changing of the weather. They don't give me any problem. I'm not like allergic to any kind of pollen or anything in the air, but when it goes from, you know, 40 in the morning till high 60s in the afternoon with a little bit of humidity, my sinuses cannot take it. Okay. Now, if you want this really chalky, I've learned about really just about any of this chalk paint. It goes on and it does look really matte finish. But if you really want your chalk paint like to really, really look chalky, if you grab, and I don't want to do it everywhere, I'm just going to do it for, if you grab like any kind of sandpaper and just lightly sand it, it's like that brings out more of the chalkiness of the paint. So if you ever really want something to be even more matte than the way it dries, just put, you know, just sand it a little bit, because it's like it just really brings out the chalk that's in the paint, no matter what color it is. Especially if you think something's too bright and looks too perfect and you really want it to be rustic. You don't necessarily have to take out the corners or add another color. Just sand it a little bit and it'll give you that old look. Our school colors are red, white, and black, and mascot is changes every 5 minutes. Yes. Pam, you got the tea at Costco. Oh, Pam, you're on here. Pam is on here. They're the ones that told me about it. Pam, Friday night, I felt horrible. I felt horrible Friday morning, but I felt awful. And I loaded up about a big cup of that. Chris gave me 2 Benadryl. I finished it. I still have problems going to sleep, but I woke up yesterday morning feeling like the world. My head didn't have any sinus pressure anymore. It was just awful Friday. And so I was telling Neely about it today. I said, Pam and them said you could even use it and eat it like jelly. I'll have to maybe get the jar so y'all can see it, because I'm not a tea person, but this is kind of like drinking warm lemonade when your head's killing you. Okay. So I put these up here and here so you wouldn't see them. And y'all, you could probably even put lights in between here, like all the little lights that you could get at the Dollar Tree that only have a few. The only thing about this, it's like the old school, you have to unscrew it right here. Like, I hate that. I always want to break them, slide them to the side. But be really cute if you put those in there. It only takes a couple of batteries. Now, I don't think, because they only come from the Dollar Tree, no, they're not timed. So you'd probably want to glue this close to the side so you could turn it on and off. So that would look really cute in there. Maybe we'll do that. Okay. So I'm going to get this straight. I'm going to put the glue on top here. And you don't have to put very much because this thin little wood glue always adheres to it really good. Well, you know, I don't know any English. Are you in here listening to me, Chris? He said not really. Okay, there we go. My red is still a little wet, but here we are. And we got, hold on, I got a couple of little webs. All right, so that way you can kind of, you know, I'm glad we painted all that black. That way you don't run the chance of seeing it, okay? All right, now I got this out, y'all, because I have a little idea. You know how we're always making things hang, and I can make this hang up just fine and put a little hanger on it. But every now and again, you might just want it to sit because, you know, I'm thinking, where else am I going to hang something in here? New England's already say, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change here. So it's sun, the rain, snow. Next time you look up, yeah, well, ours is just heat and cold. And that only lasts for like a couple of months. And then I guarantee you by the end of February, I think the past couple of years, it's already up into the 70s. It's like we don't even have a winter anymore. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Dolores. All right, so what I'm thinking is I've got another one of these and I've got 2 of these and I haven't figured out anything that I'd want to do. I kind of like the side, has that little, you know, it wouldn't have been bad to use this on that because then you would have had the little, but you know, I don't like glitter. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to try to, we're going to cut it in half, glue this to this so it'll help it stand up. But I'm going to cut this in half and let me see because this isn't, it's like that pressed cardboard. So let's see if I can cut this in half. Let me take this off because I don't need it. Or I have another one, I should say. I got 2. Let me find what's in half. And hope this doesn't turn out like our first, bless your hearts. Where's my stir baby, Kneeling? I told everybody, come here, stir. And it's not writing on here. It's kind of a little smooth, so let me get my Sharpie out. Hey, Karen. How are you? I just bought a whole new pack of bread. Oh, rolls? No, I probably ate the last one. All right, and that's not in the center. I mean, is every pen I have up here wearing out? I'm good, and you? I am doing great today. All my babies are in the house. Come here, Stir Baby. Come here. Come here. Everybody wants to say hey to you. Come here. Come over here. My other grandbaby is home. Come here. Can you tell everybody hey? Ugh. Say I'm a big girl. Look. 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 Say hey. I had to come in and snuggle up with her Nana last night. Will stir stick work for cutting line? Yes, if I had one out here. I love it. Hearts are my thing, so a heart project. All in. Rain here in Knoxville today with temps in the 50s. Tomorrow's supposed, yeah, it's supposed to, now, our weather is never right, but I think it says it's supposed to rain all week or be cloudy all week. Let's see how long that lasts. If it would just stay cold and rainy, my sinuses could deal with that. But it's like one day it'll be humid and... All right, that seems to be... I need to break down and get another one of these. I had a really big one. I put my heat gun on it. That's why I try to get the blow dryer out now and burn it. Not burn it, melted it really. All right, so they cut pretty well. I'm gonna take this though. I needed a very straight line because if I want this to glue onto the back of it. Now, I know you'll be able to see it, so we're gonna cut more of the bottom off to give it that base. And y'all, this is, don't know if it's gonna work, but we're hoping it does. All right, let's see. Get this really flat. Kind of like, you know, when you have some frames that have that leg that slings around and helps you set it up right. I mean, I'm still gonna put a hanger on it. I just, I wanna have that option that if I wanna set it up straight, I can. Okay. Once again, I need this to be really flat so it will, okay. Yes, sit down flat. Let's see if I did it flat enough. Let me just cut a little bit more off, here. We're experimenting. My nephew's dog came up too and did not appreciate the snow. I don't know, Neely has certainly ever seen snow. Is she outside? Oh, she's outside now. I don't know if she has. I know at first she was scared of the ocean the first time we ever took her. Like she was scared of like the ebb and flow. Like every time it would come in, that would kind of scare her. But then once she got in it, now she loved it. Didn't you, sweet girl? All right. Von B, am I saying that right? Von B, honey, citron, and ginger tea is what it's called. Glue on upside down. Y'all so smart. All right. Let's hope this works. And then I probably can put a couple of Jenga blocks on it like this. Now, I mean, I'm determined I'm gonna make this work. I'll do the don't do what I do or just learn from the things that I'm doing. Let's see. Normally you can put a couple of Jenga blocks on something just on the bottom and it'll sit there, but when you're dealing with a heart, you're dealing with that point. So, yeah, let's see. So if I do this, let's see. Oh no, I'm kind of liking the flat edge on the bottom, but the front one is a little bit, all right. And I'm thinking that maybe I could put like the Jenga blocks on the side of it like so. Here, it looked better if I did it this way so I could show you. This way, and that way it'll keep that one in place, and I can probably just put a couple, you know, like a couple on each side. That'll keep that, it'll help it stick to it, and I think we're gonna rock and roll. So while we're still doing our bow and all that other stuff at the top, I'm gonna paint this real quick and put it to the side. So it will, and I'm just gonna paint it black. Most of it's already black, and that way you won't, you know, it'll disappear into the back of it. And you won't really be able to tell. Glue on upside down. You could just get the plate holders from Dollar Tree and set it in there. Yes, I like that. We made one other with the, what was it? We used the little trellis pieces for outside. I tried to set one in it and it looked really, it just kind of took away from it because I'd really just put like rustic white and jute on it, and then my holder was like kind of not shiny white but kind of shiny. You know, I'd even want my holder to match. Y'all know how picky I am about something matching. Okay, hold on, let me get my glue gun out the way. And I bought every kind of ribbon I could think out so as to make this a huge messy bow. All shapes and sizes of the ribbon. That water will help your paint go a long way. And plus the back, maybe it'll look a little decorative since it's got those little ridges in them, the little I almost wish I could put like little cheapy hinges on it so it would slide in and out, but considering we only have now a half of something in it, what, $1, $2, and a half a heart in it. We're not gonna, we'd have more in the hinge just making it go. But just remember you have that option for other projects to put a little hinge on it and it'll come in and out. Or ribbon. Oh, that's when it's cardboard and you put a little ribbon on it. Cut that into a triangle in shape and you would only have to use the black part. Okay. I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna think about it. May have to paint the plate holder. Yes. I think that's what it was, is the plate holder was cute on it, but it just, the plate holder just looked a little, not fancy, I would just say, but not rustic and like the original one was. All right. I did bring out some letters because I thought we could write, you know, like a Be Mine on it. And I just got these stickers at the dollar store, y'all. You know, I'm not really good at letters. You can paint them out, trace them with your carbon paper that we showed a long time ago. You know, just print them out on your copier. If you're like me, I am not good at letters. And if you print them out and use carbon paper, that way, cat is laying on my carrot over here. Fee, you're smashing my carrot. Y'all, yes, he's just sitting over here. Chris's computer keeps going to sleep on me. How do I make it not go to sleep, though?
We have to wait for it. We have to like go on the side.
Okay, let's see. I'm thinking because it has the two triangles in the center. Hey, Buffy, hand me that up there. See that piece of paper with the stickers on it? I think the stickers for the clings that we have are too big. You know, I'm just dying to use this love. We used the Be Mine already in the other place, but I think those letters are, it's not bad. Let's see, I'd have to cut it in half. Like you could do, well, I kind of just like this sticker together, so I'm still, one more thing I can't use. But let's see. B, and I'm going to cut, oops, those aren't my sharp scissors. I'm going to cut these out and place them where I want them before I stick them down. And in this pack, now it looks like it gives you a couple of everything, but maybe like A's and B's. Maybe the vowels is giving you about 3 of them. So let me see where the other half is. And then it actually gives you numbers and shapes in it too. So for $1, this is a really good little pack. Now, I went back and got these originally in the school part, in the, you know, where you get school supplies from. And it's been a while. But you may, if you don't see them in your school supplies, look in craft, because now they have a craft section. This to me would be more craft than art supplies anyway. Let's see, I need that other E. All right, and I believe these aren't clings. They are actually stickers, so I shouldn't have to put any kind of glue or anything on them. All right, let's find our M, and then there it is, right next to the... I don't know if y'all have to spell something out when you're hunting for it. Hey, Sienna, it's halftime, so I thought I would chime in. Go Chiefs. Hey, so you're one of the teams. That's what they're out. My husband, they're out there watching the football for whoever goes to the Super Bowl, I reckon. Buffy and I are inside because, we could care less about football. But Neely's all out there with him. She's big, her going to Georgia and all that. She's all into football and learning about all that stuff. Care about all that stuff. All right, so like I said, really good little thing for $1. You get multiple, and it looks like maybe the other ones are numbers and a few shapes, like a few, maybe one and sign, a dollar sign, and then all your numbers. So not bad for $1. And a couple of number signs, question mark. So, and it doesn't give you all that information on that. It just says letter stickers and then and numbers. So on the back, if you look on the back, it's going to tell you all the things you get. But on the front, all you're going to see is just the letters. But no, this is kind of what it looks like. And I don't think I saw any kind of other font. But if you have a really good Dollar Tree, you probably do have really good or multiple choices. Here, we just kind of get, they're liable to never have this again. If I really got used to it and wanted to go in there and get some more. Our Dollar Tree is just kind of like that. They get something and they don't get it anymore. Okay, I'm going to do the B first. Let's see how well they'll come off. Be my Georgia dog. Ah! Girl, y'all are going. I might have to print that off on my computer so I can get it. What did you say? Be my, I don't have enough room, but I could do that on the computer. Oh my gosh, how do you get this off? Okay. Hold on, y'all. There it is. At first I thought, was it some kind of iron on or something? But it just takes a minute for you to do it. But I love that. Be my Georgia. That's a cute idea, Lynn. Or just be my dog. Oh my gosh, no, I gotta do the be my dog. Okay, hold on. All right, be my dog. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. And Neely's here too. Be so sweet. Okay, be my dog. And you spell it, for all you don't know, is D-A-W-G, and then you'll know you're not speaking about be. Hold on, what if I put it be my on the same one? That way I don't have to put anything down here. All right, please tell me there were some Y's in here. Gotta be some, oh, there's one. Okay, they look kind of different. They almost look like little Y's. But I think it's just that little crafty handwriting they have. Where are my scissors? Same on football. Our Dollar Tree is always hit or miss. Yes, I mean, it's just, ours is a fairly big Dollar Tree, but as far as the stuff you want, no. I mean, I get so envious when I see other people's Dollar Trees and they just have all this arts and crafts stuff, and I'm so jelly. Jelly. Okay, B, there it is, my dog. The D's look kind of not weird, but it's almost like in a handwriting script. Like a half a heart. Be my dog. And Chris will be so glad. He gets so excited when I do these crafts. And see, I only have, what, $3-4 in it? I could have spent all kind of money on it. They won't gripe when it's about sports. Oh, and it already had an apostrophe in it, but I don't need the apostrophe. Be my dog. I'm loving that. Y'all are geniuses. I love the first one. Be my Georgia dog. Our Georgia dog. I just didn't have enough room to put that on here, so I would have had to start doing. Then I probably would have made it look ugly. Where's a G? All right, ABC. There's that one. M. Okay, here they are on the very back. A couple of G's. It seems like they'd give me more than 2 I's. Okay. Be My Dawg. Y'all are awesome. That way we can put the messy bow up there as big as we can. And we won't see it. Because let me see if I could get dog. No, I can't get dog on the second one. So watch we not be able to do my Bessie boat as big as I want. Because I don't want it to cover up what it is. And D, A, W. Okay. All right, is this if I just cut a whole nother B out? Because it already pulled. Oh, it was the E that took forever to get off. Y'all, these aren't easy to get off, I'll tell you that. They didn't want you to get into them. Okay. You could have a smaller support in the back if you cut it. The wedge shape would be able to get rid of the scallop. Well, that's kind of the part I'm tolerating is the scallop, because then it'll look pretty. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I can always get it on there and get it stable, and then I could cut the pieces off that y'all, these letters, boy, and not, I hope that means that they're gonna stick really well, because they are not wanting to come off at all. I feel like I put a bunch of my sticky fingerness behind it. Okay, Be My. I don't want to tear them either. Sorry, this is taking me. Oh, if you had ribbon with puppy prints. Girl, you know I got some in there. I just didn't bring it out here. That's the one thing I need to set up. I've kind of threw my Christmas in the back. Not terrible, but it's just all over my room. And I've really got to get my ribbon in a better situation as far as, like, you know, now we're into spring and fall. I mean, spring and the summer, and you could really use all colors. And I've got mine separated through the season. And that's when I went in there and I had to dig through to get a lot of the black out, black and red out, because I just only had a few things left out. All right, I'm gonna put the D and the G on the end, so I'll get the 2 in the center straight. That's kind of just how my brain works. But if you can go straight across your letters and goodness gracious, and they're straight in your head, you don't have to do it the way I do it. But I'm gonna want it centered, and I don't want to have to pull it off in case it's just really good sticky now, and they won't be sticky after I have to pull it off. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you wondered if these things would be good and sticky, they are. But now I did just pay $1 for the whole entire pack. So that might be why they ended up at the Dollar Tree, is because somebody couldn't hardly get them off and they complained about them. I don't know if that's how things end up at the Dollar Tree, or if they just, I can't get this W off at all. Or if they just, this is the way they order them. Oh my goodness. when your X-Acto knife doesn't get them out, they're in there. I'm gonna end up cutting it. All right, let me try one more side, y'all. Please come up. When in doubt, cut it. And try to get, I think I just made it even harder for me to get up. Okay, I got to walk away from that one for just a second. It's so cute. You need, bless your heart. I know. I put these eyes on her. I looked over at her eyes. She was just staring at me like this. Like, hey, I can help you with those letters, please. Please work your magic with your little, look at her little bow just flying. She's just the cutest little thing ever. I know you are, girl. You my best friend. Here, I'm going to set you up so you can see me right now and help me with these letters, please. Okay, you're working. Okay. That one's a little bent on that corner where I flipped it up. Let me see if I can flip it back out. Oh my gosh, bless your heart. Girl, you know you love me. Whew. That folded back out. Okay. I may can get the other one out if this one just doesn't want to come apart. It's like maybe they didn't cut them really well. Like, you know, when your Cricut goes in there and cuts a letter, maybe their knife didn't cut them so well, so they're having like issues, like not wanting to release very well. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Let me try the other one, y'all. I don't have to cut this one, at least. Watch it only give me one W. Which I guess I could turn one of them, those M's upside down. Yes, don't play with me. I think they only gave me one W. Yes. What baloney. Let me see if I can get this other M off, and if I can, I'll just have to use that one as a W one day. Oh, yes, it's obviously just the W, because this M is coming off, but we're having to use it. It's a cutie, not too much difference. Yeah, not too much difference. There we go. All right. Let me get those out of the way. Gosh, that took longer than anything else we've done all night. All the paint and everything. Okay. All right, I'm thinking about, and I'll show you what I brought out. I thought about, did I want to do polka dots? I can do some white polka dots on there if you think it's a little too girly. If I give this to Neely, that would definitely be too girly for her. She is my girly girl, or I have like the little tiny ones and we could do little tiny polka dots. But I think it's cute the way it is, just maybe doing a little distressing around the edges. Maybe we'll just leave off on the polka dots. Put a little heart on it. I will make it release. Put a little heat on it. Look at Gina, you're so smart. Gina, I was so jealous of those boards. I wanted to comment on your picture and say, why didn't you grab me some of those boards? The little frames with the little clips on them. I was so jelly. Okay. All right, so we're going to do just a little bit of, now that we've got all our stuff back together, I want to be easy with this because I don't have anything under the middle. Yeah, bringing out that chalk and doing the edges, I don't think it needs the polka dot. And some of the edges, like to bring some of the light back through, I could just do more detail on the edge. And that way it'll bring some of the white out front, and I don't have to use the polka dot. All right, see this, the top? Yeah, I think that's bringing some, like a white color out. Paw print on the bottom slat. Lynn, y'all, see, I need y'all. I don't do this because I'm teaching y'all anything. Y'all teaching me stuff. Ooh, I need to quit putting pressure on that. Maybe should have done this before I put the letters on, but I can still do it. Oh yeah. Gosh, those letters took forever. All right, I'm liking it a lot better with the white coming through on it, which is not really the white, it's the wood color from the bottom coming through, but it looks white. And that way, because when I held it up, I was like, I just felt like it needed something else white, but there we go. See, it almost looks like I put white around the edges, but I didn't. All right. So, I'm loving that. All right, let's see if we got a little bit of wet right there, but not enough to matter. Okay. Now I think, because listen, on the front it's touching and on the back it's not, because remember the back side was a little bit smaller than the, so when I glued them together, it's a little bit longer at the bottom. So when I do this, it's actually gonna go down on this back one a little bit lower. So let me put my little Jenga blocks on here as flat as I can get them. Oh, no, not yet. And this doesn't need that much glue, y'all, because it's super light and it kind of sinks into this wood of this Jenga block since it's like a raw piece. All right, super cute. Lean like the sound. I told I made her one. Oh, I'm so glad. All right, let's see. A little bit of glue poking out on that side. We'll put a little bit of this on this side. And like I said, you probably only need 2 of these, but I'm just making sure. Y'all know I like to put stuff up and then it falls. And we all have a good laugh, but I'm just putting that extra secure on it, security. All right, so let's see. We'll put that against it. You know, could it still fall that way? Or am I just, because it's, Hold on. Okay. If it does, then I will tell you this. We will put some jingle blocks on the bottom part. All right, now my glue gun gets pretty hot, so I'm gonna have a minute to play with this, but that's gonna be the hardest part. If somebody does this without having a really hot glue gun, you're not gonna have the time probably that I will, you know, to make sure. You know how like you used to do something with regular glue gun, you'd have to stick it on there really fast for it to. Yes, I'm gonna have to look, y'all. If it works out perfect this way, if this was flat, look. So, you said we needed some on the side. Do you use the Gorilla Fire? No, I do not. I just use the regular ones. Gorilla Glue sticks are a little bit more, and I tend to go through them a lot. I guess maybe if there was something that it was gonna hold a lot of weight, but my projects tend to be stuff that doesn't weigh that much. Okay. So, y'all, we do need some more Jenga block help for right now. Okay, what did somebody tell me? To cut it and do the little, y'all, I wasn't known for engineering. Where's that other little piece of this? The part that I cut. Let's see. What did I do with the bottom part? Because, see, look, it sits on its side, and it'll hold it this way where it doesn't fall forward. But now we've got to figure out the side to side. How to maybe. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Add blocks on the bottom. That's what I'm thinking. I'd have to add. Yeah, and I could paint them black, and you wouldn't be able to see them. Let's try this for just a second. And see, I can't find the other, I found the other side, but I'm talking about the other bottom part of this part. Am I looking right at it? Because I do have this cute little heart right here that's really thin. And that might not let it, oop, I gotta even have a bigger one. Then it'll look like I meant to put that on there, like it had feet. Let's see. Let's just try it. Not, we'll put some Jenga blocks on it too. Which I probably. Don't you slip and slide. All right. Y'all, we're gonna get this down. Y'all, me, I'll look like it's engineered from all kind of stuff from way back. I think it's kind of tall, so I'm gonna add like a couple more. But we still only have these Jenga blocks. It's like 70 for $1. So at least we're not wasting money. Check out this engineering on the back. I wanted to be able to sit up, and I think that did the trick. Because I'm not all about putting something. Chris, we're in here engineering. Oh, that's Buffy. Look, y'all, at my engineering. I'll have to paint it all black so it'll just blend in, but it's sticking up straight. You don't really see that much of the back. Bottom up against the heart. Why don't you use the small piece you cut off? That's what I'm trying to find, that small piece that I cut off. Patricia, I cannot find it. I don't know where it went. My floor has eaten it over here. Y'all, I wish y'all could see my cat over here. He's squashing my I don't know what I did. I see the other heart, the other whole side, but the bottom piece I cut off, I do not see it. I'll find it once we're done. Well, okay. Well, we've gotten it up now, so all we got to do is do our little bow. So, but it's up. I'll put a hanger on it, and Neely will say, Mom, I'd rather have a hanger on it, and I'll have to take that off. But, oh, I don't know what I did with that, but let's get our messy bow. Boy, I got sweat breaking out on my face. But it's sitting up on the floor fine. We did it. Other part of the heart. I know, good job. It's awesome. Yeah, I love it. You can't look at it from the side, but okay. And Chris will probably look at it and tell me one thing that will solve all of it, and it won't have all that stuff on it. Or tell me where that other piece is. Okay, y'all, look at all like the good little ribbon I bought out. This is something we used at Christmas. That I'm gonna tear a piece off of here. Oh my gosh, where's my scissors now? I think something's eating. Bless your heart. What are you doing with my supplies over here? Okay, got that piece. We've also got a black and white in the same family. Y'all, I'm gonna cut these down. I'm just trying to get some of this ribbon off my table. We've got just plain black, which I do want to keep that size, like that's the biggest size. I have a lot of the small I'm gonna keep up here, and here is some black, some white, red that's got a little bit of like a linen or you know, a burlap color in it, which I really like. These scissors are not great scissors. That one I may want another one on. Have some of this little like Dollar Tree ribbon. This one I got at Carolina Pottery. Okay, those I'll leave with the little. And I actually have the polka dot in it too. This is some ribbon that I bought at the Dollar Tree in their Valentine's Day section. We'll leave those we can cut. And then I have one here that I don't think I've ever used. It came in the pack at Christmas time at Walmart, where it came with like a big 2 or 3 different sizes in it. Okay. And it's got a little bit of wire in it. Okay. These I'm not gonna cut, but these I'm actually gonna cut in half just because that's a little too wide. Or I may just cut it down to the other size. I don't know where my good scissors are. All right, let's see. And this I'll let just determine what size bow we'll use. Whatever length this is. Okay. Now looking at it, it's got a lot of red in it. So some of these bigger ones like so, I'm gonna put in the back and put more of the black and white ones towards the front because we've already got a lot of red in here. And I'm gonna use just about every one of these because like I said, I want it to be a big, messy bow. We've had to do these little tiny ones here lately. And I want one that's gonna be big. Nice job. The same place the heart piece is. Yeah, listen, as soon as he looks at that, he's gonna go, what were you thinking? And I'm gonna tell him, I was thinking that I wanted it to stand up and I didn't want it to fall over. And if it was flat, it would have been easy. But when you have to deal with that little heart, the hump of that heart, these scissors aren't going to be any good, even though they're not cutting cloth very well. When I cut all this wire with it. Okay, I'm going to do the black, more of the black up front. I love these little dollar store ribbons, y'all. And they're in their floral section, and they're going to keep them all the time. So if you ever see them, they're good to have. They have white with the polka dots or the chevron, black with the polka dot chevron. At first, I saw like a royal blue, but I haven't seen any of that so far, so I don't know. The first time I did see this ribbon was around the 4th of July, so I don't know, maybe if that's why I had it was really a royal blue. It wasn't any kind of, to me, red, white, or blue, like the, whatever you call that kind of blue. Confederate blue or something like that, what the red, white, and blue is. But I don't know if they're going to carry more colors, but oh, and they have red and the chevron, but it's rare I see the red anymore. I find it a lot of times in the black. So I don't know if people are just really buying it up right when it comes out, or if it they're not getting a lot at our supply at our store. Same place the heart is. Hey, Carol. All right, y'all, I'm just stacking up bows here. I mean, stacking up material because I want to make a really big messy bow. Messy bow. Easiest bow ever. I mean, you can dovetail it. I tend to like to keep them like this because I just kind of like a rugged looking bow. And this ribbon, I bought a lot of it. Now, I probably have 2 or 3 rolls left, but it was at the Dollar Tree in the fall collection. So what I did is, you know, I'm not going to go to a store and buy it up. I got on their .com or whatever, dollartree.com, and bought like the whole line, and you got about 5 of each one. Okay. And I actually do have some of this. It's got like little hearts in it. Now, I've had this ribbon for a long, long time. So I don't want to tell you where I got it from because I don't even remember. I mean, years. I used to take the girls Valentine's Day presents to them because I would always get them something like a birthday present instead of buying them like a teddy bear that would like they're never going to use, things like that. I would tend to buy them like a real nice beach towel with their name on it or something like that. Let's see what I can tie this with. Normally I have my jute out here, but I don't even have my jute. I've got pipe cleaners, but I guess that'll have to do. I like, oh, no. I got some black, some red and white string over here. All right. Let's see. So I'm just going to put this twine on here. Let me see if I can just put it under it. Now, you can do these messy bows with cloth, like rag your material. Really just about anything. And this is so big. I'm going to knot it on the front like it's so, and then switch around and knot it on the back. Now, I would do this with something strong, like a zip tie would be fine. If you carry the little zip ties. The ribbon of what you're doing, any kind of jute, twine, something that you can hold and put a lot of pressure on it. Because what it does is once you, it kind of scrunches it up right here. Oh my gosh, something strong. And look at here. Don't buy the Walmart string. Oh my gosh. All right, let me try that again. Because it's still kind of held together. Buy something strong. And I probably am pulling on it like a, because somebody told me zip ties couldn't break. And I think one night we were doing a bow live, I broke the zip tie. Ask, bless your heart, where your scissors and back piece are. I know you really, I keep looking down at this monstrosity we got going on behind this little thing. Okay. And I don't have any of this little twine in it, but if you put like little jute pieces in it, sometimes you can just let your little string go if you have jute, or if it, you know, matches, and it can just be part of your bow. I'm gonna do that one whole time. You know, I'm not feeling real confident in this stuff now that it broke once. I'm gonna double knot it and then do it again. How many inches of each piece? I will tell you in just a second. Let's see. Let's see. 10. Probably about 10.5 inches. It looks like it's slightly past 10 inches. So I would say 10. That's what I was using earlier today. I'll tell you a good thing to do. Like, you know, I used this when I was making my little pumpkin pieces. Instead of, if you don't have one of these big that has the measurements on it, if you have like anything disposable that you put down, just measure it on your piece, what you need. And that way you don't have to measure each piece. You can just go from there to there. That's what I used on the piece before to do the pumpkin burlap on that carrot. All right, and I'm just gonna move these little pieces from side to side. I like the pieces that have wire in it, even though you don't have to use wire, because they help scrunch up all the little pieces and kind of give it, like this piece right here, I can kind of bend it a little bit, and it just makes that side messy. Because see, that's the way it is now. And you just keep working it. And you can do it all the same color. I mean, you don't have to use colors, but I mean, you've seen messy bows people do. You can use all kind of colors, all kind of materials. I watched a lady one night who cut up these little cocktail napkins into little pieces, probably about this wide. And she put them on, y'all, it was like a stack of just hundreds of these little strips of napkins. She probably used about 2 packs of different napkins, and it was humongous, but it looked like a pom-pom when she was finished with it. Okay, this piece is a little too long. I'll have to ask Chris what he does to his computer where it won't go to sleep. And I like that most of the black is on the top, and you're going to see when I pull this back up here, it's that front is a lot of red. So even though it has red in it, it seems, you know, more of like an afterthought in the background, because we'll have so much on this. When I pull it back up, you'll see. All right, so I want to put this up here. I really don't want it to cover that much, but it's so stiff that I'm making, hold on, put some of that right there. We're just gonna have to put it on there and move this to the side a little bit. Okay. If I turn it up to the side like that, it's still, that's kind of sideways. Instead of doing it like so, it's like here. And you know, I'm gonna shorten these pieces because this one ribbon that I put on here last, I like it because it has hearts in it, but it's different than all my other ribbon because it's sheer, and it's like you can tell it's different. I'm gonna shorten it. Okay. Okay. Don't put it here, but I put it maybe like so. You still can see the Be My Dawg. I put it over to the side then. Let's see. Got to look at this for a second. I really want you to see. I want it to be big. Or maybe I can just, don't pull down on it, pull out and pull. So it still has that separation in the back at the bottom part, and let this top part be up. All right, let me cut this off. This is driving me nuts. I wanted this big bow. Now I'm thinking I should have just done it. Put a stick on it and glue it to the top. Shorten all the ribbons. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I don't want to shorten. I like the stick part better. And I do have a stick. Hold on. Listen, I already got... Ugh. See, I just need like maybe 2 more inches worth of height. All right. You know, you have these ideas in your head like you want it to be, but it's not always going to be that. Okay. Okay, there we go. Because I love it. We haven't done a huge over-the-top Southern, put your baby, big old bow on it. You know, it makes it closer to God that way. Who was it that told me that? That's why Southern women put such big babies on our babies' heads. Because it's closer to God. That's hilarious. Whoops, this won't come loose from down here. No. My glue gets so hot. I'm thinking it's... All right. Let me let this completely dry, and then this completely dry. Me, put it on the stick. Cute on back to rise up. Okay, hold on, me. Lynn, was it you that said that? That is so hot. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, I just got to let my glue harden. It didn't harden on this part. Then it needs to harden up here. I need to be able to... That back's just killing me, y'all. All right, quit trying to come loose. Hold on. It's going to drive me nuts. All right, let me get my bow exactly the way I want it, because that part is curing fine. This part right here is the part that didn't want to stick. Okay. I'll probably may have to cut some of the ribbon, but that won't be the end of the world. It still will be cute. Okay. All right, now let's put this back on here. I'm putting a whole lot on here, like it takes a whole lot, and that's why it's not wanting to. Put some pressure on it for just a second. Your heart has feet. The bottom heart looks like feet. Yeah, it does. Love the messy bow. I struggle with bows. I've never seen that technique. Great idea. Roberta, I wish I could have come up with it, but I didn't. But when you watch other people, you can, the good thing about a messy bow is you can make one that's as small as this, bigger than this, and out of anything. And it, I mean, you can use a lot of your ribbon up that, okay, that you know, you've been wanting to use, but you just haven't. I mean, mesh looks really good if you mix your mesh in this up. I mean, I don't want to say that there's no way that anybody could make an ugly one, because I'm sure anything's possible, but I've never seen one. I mean, I've seen them with all kind of different materials. I've seen big messy bows made out of the same bow. I mean, same ribbon. And they're all really cute, different. And, okay, that one needs cutting a little bit. You can dovetail the ends if you want. I don't tend to like to dovetail mine. I guess maybe if it was supposed to be like make an elegant little bow. That's just my thing. But they're still cute. And all my red is in the back. So, okay, y'all. Oh, it seems like it's longer on one side than the other. I think that's because that was behind it. There we go. I love it. So that way I can put it over there. I think the light was shining on my letters a little bit. But I love it. Is it... Look at the back. Between this and this, Chris is going to be like, what's that on the back? Because if you wanted to hang it, you couldn't, and watch her say, I'd rather hang it. So I'm thinking, like y'all said, I probably need to, let's see. Cut this part off. So it's quite not so much in the back. There we go. I mean, I'll have to touch that up, but it's not quite so big in the back. And I probably could round it on up right there, and it will just be like a little, maybe a heart shape that comes down. Hold on, let me see. I'm just showing you this for yours. Whoops, wrong side, Cynthia. Like, just cut it along those lines. It'll just be little, like as small as I can get it. So it's not so much, because it's still going to give you that same, it's holding it up. Just taking out all that little excess so it can sit closer to something on the back. I probably could have just put this heart thing way up here, and like you said, just gave it a little bit of feet. And I may, if they look at it and say my engineering is just, she is Jill, junk in the trunk. Like, yes, she got plenty of junk in her trunk back here. But I wanted it to stand up. And maybe I could have put this closer up. Sure I could have. So, you know, I may pull it apart and do it. But I'm loving the front. Especially if you did it to hang. I think that would be adorable. I just, where this would go over there. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I may take this off. I've got my tobacco basket over there where I usually keep my Georgia stuff, and I may can hang this in the center, but it's so big, I think this may just get lost in the center of it. So we'll just see how it goes. I may can put it in the corner, and that way I won't need all this on the back, but I just wanted to see if I set it up. I always want something that'll set up somebody. Junk in the trunk. Yes, she does. All right. Well, thanks for hanging with me tonight. And tomorrow, I'm going to try to get rid of some of this Valentine's Day. Some things that I know that I'm probably not going to use. Like, I've got like several of these and bags and a few more little hearts and stuff. So tomorrow I may we'll maybe go through and pick some random people, and I can send this stuff to you because I'm not going to use it and I don't want to store it until next year, because I'm getting ready to wrap up Valentine's Day and then maybe just do a few things for Easter or some things for just our house every day. But thanks so much, and y'all should have, hold on, told me I was taking up all your time. 9:12, so we're about an hour and a half. But thanks y'all for watching. Thank you, Judy, for sprinkling it, and I will see y'all tomorrow night.